Hi everyone, I'm Allison Ashcraft, and for my learning contract assignment, I chose to review 2 scholarly articles and present them as a PowerPoint presentation. Summary of Success in Community Colleges, Do Institutions Differ? The goal of this article is to determine if success in community college differs between institutions. To determine this information, the researchers gathered data from all 58 community colleges in North Carolina. The emphasis of this article is success at the institutional level and if there are differences between community colleges in North Carolina that make personal success more likely at some colleges than at others. Additionally, success was based on 2 functions: applied training, meaning the number of degrees that were applied for or were awarded, and readiness for transfer either after students had earned an associate's degree or obtained enough credits to transfer to a different institution. This study concluded that the number of students who succeed based on the 2 factors of success varies greatly between community colleges. Therefore, it was impossible to determine if student success is based on the community college they attend, unless they attend one of the top performing or most poorly performing community colleges in North Carolina. Success in community colleges. Do institutions differ? Strengths. How is success measured? This study used graduation rates and transfer rates to measure the success of students. The study found extreme outcomes between the highest and lowest performers, which could help inform legislative policies within North Carolina. Additionally, the findings of the study can be very useful to legislators and policymakers from all states. Weaknesses. This is a very limited study since it was only based on community colleges in North Carolina. There is too much variation because the community colleges are all so different, which skewed the results. Also, there was no correlation between how success was measured for this study and what the state of North Carolina uses to measure success. How does this relate to working in a community college? This article relates to working in a community college because it's important to determine if the college you work for is one of the better performing or poorly performing institutions. Based on this article, if you work at a higher performing community college, the students you work with will automatically be more successful. However, if you work at a lower performing community college, you will have to work closer with your students to ensure they are getting the help they need to be successful so that they can graduate with their associate's degree and/or transfer to a 4-year college. Summary of performance-based funding for community colleges. Are colleges disadvantaged by serving the most disadvantaged students? In 2013, Texas implemented a performance-based funding model for community colleges. This system awards funds to colleges based on student achievement and success. The goal of this article was to determine if community colleges that serve underprivileged students in Texas receive less funding than community colleges that serve more privileged students. Information was gathered and the study was conducted at 50 community colleges in the state of Texas. This study found that community colleges that serve students of color who are older, have their GED, and are only able to attend part-time receive much less funding than colleges that serve more privileged students, in particular students who are Asian, age 19 or younger, who have earned their high school diploma, and are attending college full-time. The study also noted that students who are more disadvantaged are the ones who are overrepresented in community colleges. Therefore, it is unfair for the state of Texas to base their funding solely on the success rates of students. Performance-based funding for community colleges. Are colleges disadvantaged by serving the most disadvantaged students? Strengths. The system compared the success of students within a particular community college instead of comparing it to the success rates of other community colleges within the state. Because they were able to determine that schools who serve disadvantaged students are receiving less funding, they were able to recommend ways to update the performance-based funding plan in the state of Texas. They did this by recruiting college-ready students who are recent graduates to community colleges. Weaknesses. This was also a very limited study because it was based on community colleges in Texas. It also only focused on a very specific group of students who are mostly Black or Hispanic from lower income families and who are considered to not be academically ready. The success model is based on the idea that having success early on will be positively associated with a major academic milestone, like graduating with an associate's degree. This is a weakness because not everybody achieves goals at the same rate. Therefore, this is not a good indicator of success. How does this article relate to working in a community college? This article relates to working at a community college because funding is important so we can have jobs. However, it doesn't seem that funding for colleges is always fair. We can tell by this article that the methods used to measure student success are not fair when it comes to funding. That is where we can work together to ensure the success of our students. Although they will be more successful in the classroom, as student affairs professionals, we can help outside the classroom by helping them register for all the classes they need and ensuring they pay their tuition on time so they aren't dropped from all their classes. Small steps like these can help give students the confidence they need to succeed and also help community colleges receive more funding. Connections to the course. These articles can be linked to our course because, although it seems that community colleges have a bad reputation and the students who attend them are less successful, as we've learned in this course, students who begin at community colleges are able to achieve the same job status as their peers who attend four-year institutions. We can also use the theories of success to help students meet their developmental goals so they can be successful. These theories include Erikson's identity development model, which focuses on the development of adults through the 8 stages of crises in their lives, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which are the needs that must be satisfied in order to reach self-actualization. This is the process of being comfortable with where you're at in life while still learning and developing. Additionally, community colleges are state-funded and governed. Because of this, they must adhere to the policies and procedures put in place by the government, like the way success is measured in North Carolina and the performance-based funding model that's used in Texas, even if we don't agree that these are the best ways for community colleges to be funded or for success to be measured. How does this help you? These articles are useful as student affairs professionals because they can help us understand that not all students are experiencing the same things. Many students have difficult home lives, which makes it harder for them to be successful. We can learn from these articles how to help and encourage students we work with, especially with smaller things like ensuring they register for the classes they need to graduate. This will give them the confidence they need to be successful, and they will be excited to be at school. As student affairs professionals, I am excited to help the students I work with and watch them grow. I feel so content watching the students I've worked closely with over the years be successful and graduate. And lastly, my references. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle.